Good morning and welcome to Roddershot's Rundown. I'm your host, Summer Roddershot. Today, we are going to be covering different types of security and safety. This includes bodily safety, physical safety, and mental security, with interviews from numerous experts on the topic. This is Roddershot's Rundown. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner, which is, on average, about 20 people for every minute. This is a scary statistic, especially for people who cannot defend themselves. I took a trip to Dunham's Martial Arts to see how they are fighting against this epidemic.
Chris Dunham, who founded Dunham's Martial Arts 15 years ago, teaches both martial arts classes and classes on self-defense. While he believes that self-defense has a large physical aspect, he teaches people self-defense on a deeper level.
It goes beyond that too, though. There's a psychological element, especially with a lot of people that are dealing with domestic violence or dealing with bullying situations at school. So we focus a lot on the self-defense aspect of like having the ability to be able to communicate, sometimes even as far as like some basic hostage negotiation type concepts to where you're learning how to de-escalate situations.
Self-defense is a dual part at Dunham's, both helping people grow in their health and physicality, while also helping teach them how to make sure no one can take their health away from them, all while protecting themselves. And while they do offer classes most days of the week, they realize not everyone has time or money to take self-defense classes. So here is what Dunham suggests.
A lot of it is going to be confidence. If you can project confidence and awareness, that's going to detour a lot of situations. So you can just imagine somebody walking down the street or even just leaving Walmart. We get a number of students that come in that not paying attention, they're looking at their phone, they're distracted by their kid or whatnot, and as they walk to their car, a situation might occur that could have been prevented just by keeping eyes up and kind of scanning and looking around, not looking like a victim. So with the awareness idea of it, for showing confidence, a lot of times it really is just how you present yourself and how you walk.
Another suggestion that Chris Dunham had for those at home was to go to rainn.org, RAINN.org, that has different self-defense tactics and different resources for if you have been attacked. And if you are looking into self-defense classes, Dunham suggests to really do your research first so you can find the class that is right for you.
Check out reviews on Google and Facebook, because obviously people that have been to the place before can give a good example of what they like about it.
And for anyone that is interested in Dunham's martial arts self-defense classes,
like with our school, we do trial lessons. So anybody that comes into our school, they usually look us up online, give us a phone call, kind of chat with us, and they come in, they just see what the experience and the atmosphere is like. And any place that's willing to help people, just with a couple of lessons to try it out on a discount, usually is a pretty good place.
Coming up next, we will take a look into how a local organization is trying to battle the rising concerns in food security. Stay with us. A study conducted in 2021 by the USDA showed that more than 34 million people in the United States are food insecure, with 9 million of those being children. And ever since the COVID-19 pandemic, those numbers are taking a jump. Not to mention, it seems that the price of everything has skyrocketed in recent years, with the food at home prices in 2022 increasing by 11.4%. Eggs went up about 32.2% from 2021 to 2022, poultry up 14.6%, and dairy products up 12%. However, many households that experience these food insecurities don't qualify for government help, which makes food pantries so important. I went to Victory Mission and Ministry, a nonprofit that offers shelter and transitional programs for men, a work-ready boot camp, and a mobile food pantry to see how they help the Springfield area in combating these rising prices. Victory Mission's mobile food pantry travels around Springfield, helping give people the necessities they need in a time where the prices of everything have seemed to skyrocket.
Director of Outreach Kyler Temple has witnessed the rise in numbers of people
Especially in the last
utilizing
12
the
to
food
18
pantry.
months, we have seen an uptick, and it goes right in line with prices of goods, prices of commodities and groceries. We've seen, new families from different parts of town, different schools, different zip codes come, and just overall our numbers have steadily increased.
Some people who have grown up not worrying about where their next meal will come from may not understand how dire the need is for those who cannot afford the necessities of life, and how that affects a person on a much deeper level.
If we don't have shelter or don't have food, the two basic things that are really difficult, everything else is a crisis when you don't have one of those things. And so, having food insecurity, not knowing where your next meal is going to be is a place where many people find themselves, but it can be really difficult to do anything else that's healthy for a normal life when those question marks are around where you're going to get your meal from.
For those who may not be food insecure, but still are tight on money and want to save, Temple has a few tips.
Buying generic brands and not getting the new snacks that everybody wants. There's a lot of things we can do back and forth to kind of cut some of those bills out. If you're just making decisions to steward well, you may not be at the point of food insecurity or not having enough, but most of us have to make some changes on kind of how we spend at the grocery store.
In just a few minutes, we will take a closer look at mental health and how Evangel University is providing their students with resources to strengthen themselves in that area. Stay tuned. Studies conducted in 2020 showed that 1 in 5 Americans experience mental health issues, with 1 out of 6 young people having gone through a major depressive episode. Along with that, 1 in 20 Americans daily experience mental health conditions, such as major depression, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. I interviewed the head of Evangel's Counseling Center for more information on how to combat different mental health disorders.
Mental health issues seem to be worsening as the years go on, especially for students. 2 studies conducted stated that over 60% of college students had at least one criteria for a mental health problem, and almost 75% of students reported either moderate or severe psychological distress. In the past, there has been a certain stigma that surrounds mental health issues. Leah Wilson, director of the counseling at Evangel University, has seen this stigma over the years and the effect it has on people.
Just like if we were to break an arm, we take care of our arms, but if our brain breaks, we can't take care of our brain. It doesn't make any sense. And so that's what counseling does. It helps us take care of one of the most complex organs in our body, the human brain. And I think we just need to smash the stigma that says that counseling is only for the super broken. Counseling is for everybody at any time.
With the stigma around mental health starting to go down, Wilson hopes that this opens up doors and opportunities for people to find the help they need without the shame that used to come along with counseling. Wilson's heart behind why she cares could be summed up like this.
And so I think we need to be on a mission to normalize that this is good and this is healthy and it's for every single person. You don't have to be super traumatized to come to counseling, although we're here for that. You could just have one issue that comes up that you don't know how to handle it in your life. But I think that we need to break the stigma of mental health care in this country and in the church in a big way.
Evangel University has made their counseling free for all undergraduate, graduate, and seminary students in seated classes.
That's all the time we have for us today. This has been Rodershot's Rundown, helping you learn how to live your best life in safety and security. Have a great rest of your day.